Namaste, everyone. Welcome to the brand new episode of Flypswitch podcast. We have occupied Haulier, NISHn, and myself, and a bunch of other people who are going to join us on our Discord stage for this discussion, but later on in the audience. For now, we're going to discuss TimTheTatman and Dr. Lupo. Sorry, in the order of appearance, Dr. Lupo and TimTheTatman. Dr. Lupo and TimTheTatman joining over to YouTube exclusively, right from their a decade-old careers on Twitch as live streamers. These moves have been made, aggressively and out of nowhere. There was this time when Mixer was acquiring a lot of talents, and a lot of talent acquisition was also happening between Twitch, YouTube, and Mixer, and even Facebook back in the day. But now these moves came out of nowhere. So we're just going to discuss between occupied Haulier, NISHn, and myself, and Nav, who's going to join us later in the show. What do you guys think? Why did this happen? What triggered it, first of all? Occupied, starting with you. And he muted himself again.
Yo, amazing.
I was trying to unmute myself. I muted myself. Yeah. You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, these guys got an exclusive contract. Did they discuss about it? What exactly happened? Someone fill me in and check it out.
So, basically, these guys, exclusively switched over to YouTube as full-time live streamers. Or, I don't know.
They already did.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
So
I live under a rock. That means
it was a
I
huge
think
buzz.
they had huge followers on YouTube. That is, I think, that is the deal breaker for them. They're like, they don't care about the money. I think they just care about the viewers and the viewership.
Funnily, right now, if you visit their profiles on Twitch, they have half the subscribers on YouTube. It's not. They don't have as many subscribers on
Why are
YouTube.
they moving back to YouTube? That's so.
They're not back.
Probably the money.
Money is okay. Money is what you say. Occupied.
Yeah, if they're getting exclusive contracts equate to a hell of a lot of money, because you're like acquiring rights for that streamer to particularly just stream on that particular platform, right?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to grow their audience and whatnot. And knowing TimTheTatman and Dr. Lupo is famous for his charity work and how good he is at Tarkov and whatnot.
Absolutely.
And TimTheTatman has also made a really big base on YouTube. I was watching his content, I think day before yesterday. He just makes content out of watching food TikToks and everything else. He's just got a very funny aura to himself. Right. I think it works for him. So I think that's a good pull from YouTube. They already had Courage JD and Valkyrie, right?
Valkyrie.
Yeah.
They're trying to up their game, and they're trying to compete with Twitch like on a serious level. This is a move of sorts.
Right. What do you think, Haulier?
What I think is, I don't think it's just money, I think it's also because how the algorithm is kind of shifting with regard to the viewership, because I've seen posts of small time creators who've been streaming on Twitch, right? And they've, on an average, they've been getting around 20-30 views, right? But they say that they tweeted out saying that when they did the same thing on YouTube, it's a minimum of 150 and a maximum of 250, right? So I also think it's the base as well. I'm not saying that Twitch has very less viewers. It does have plenty of viewers. I mean, Twitch is famous, maybe not in India, but overseas it is. But again, right, YouTube as a base, it has other content as well, right, other than gaming. So it's probably the kind of algorithm that YouTube is trying to drive right now. Maybe they're focusing more into gaming, and probably again they're pulling strings as to who they can kind of bring on their community. So that's what I think it is right now.
How about you, Nish?
Yeah, I think definitely the deal. I think they would have like signed a deal with YouTube or something. And plus, I think the recent thing which we discussed in the last podcast, where people were raiding the hate raids and everything which took place, could be a thing which triggered them. Okay, this is something weird going around. So why don't we just try a different platform and see how it works there? Because YouTube has different functionality compared to Twitch
Right.
completely. So that could be a reason. And the doctor disrespect is there. They could
Right.
actually team up with him. He's a
Right.
good content
They
creator. He's a
already
good
did that, by
yeah.
the way. So
Yeah,
these
yeah,
guys
yeah,
already
they
did
did.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, he put out a video as well. The doctor is saying Team the Tatman back again, and also
Yeah. And they're a classic duo, if you remember
yeah,
back
they
from
are a
back in the day.
classic. They have been picking like they are the team when it comes to playing games together.
Right.
So yeah,
So that way, when I dug deeper, I've been switching a lot from Twitch to YouTube, YouTube to Twitch, and my switches were far more frequent than anybody else's because there was this time when I was extremely, completely, wholeheartedly dedicated and dependent on Twitch for making my ends meet. There was this time, but very brief time, and then what I learned was Twitch's barrier to entry, and in fact, live streaming as a business with its barrier to entry is super low when it comes to Twitch. You need to have 50 followers, 3 concurrent viewers, and you're good to go. You're Twitch affiliate. Then you start
yeah, the
getting.
affiliation is done. You can earn
Yeah.
earn money from that.
So once you're an affiliate, your modes of earning subscription fee or bits and otherwise as well.
Subscription
So-
bits, plus you can give exclusive badges for your subscribers and all that stuff.
Well, so subs, bits, then ads, then in-game loot, and otherwise as well. So many things
Yeah.
that you can do. With
I don't
Twitch,
think we have.
Sorry?
Okay.
We don't
I
have
don't think
what?
we have. Yeah, I don't think we have ads for Indian content creators on Twitch.
We do. I mean, there is a whole new. That's a big
Is it
community.
working though? Like if we put out an ad, I don't think it's working because I was trying it out,
Right.
but it didn't work. The ad was not running on the stream.
Ad. So you're an affiliate on Twitch as well.
Yeah, I'm affiliate on Twitch, but it didn't work. The ad thing didn't work for me. I think it's not here in India yet.
No, so but basically what happens is when you're running an ad on Twitch, it depends if the ad is available. So it's basically if somebody has programmed an ad for a channel like yours, only then it is available for you to run. It doesn't
Oh,
work like if you press run ad, it has to run an ad. I mean and
Yeah.
also it is also targeting a person and a place, right? So once if there is an ad campaign that is going on specifically for India, then
yeah.
and an Indian creator or a person, I mean, or an international creator who is running an ad and and has Indian people watching, it'll
Mhm.
show them that ad. Something like how it works on YouTube as well. I mean, you're watching TimTheTatman, and suddenly Roshan washing powder Nirma ki ad aa jati hai.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
That is very.
Exactly. So something like that. So that sort of jumps in and and changes how the ad economy works. But on the other hand, Twitch has a very low entry to barrier, and that's how I believe everybody who wants to earn out of Twitch has has high hopes, because again, low barrier to the entry,
Yeah.
easy to start. You just have to start streaming on OBS and you're golden.
Yeah,
And
it's
if
very
you-
easy.
Sure.
Yeah. With YouTube, on the other hand, the barrier is too high.
Yeah, you have
even
to
for me.
grind a
You-
lot.
You need
Yeah.
to grind. Yeah, you need to get those 1,000 followers, subscribers, 4,000
Yeah.
watch hours and whatnot.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
How long did
Also, I
it
feel-
take you? You're the only one who's monetized it right now. So how long did it take you for the grind?
Took me around 7 to 8 months of like streaming every day for around, I'd say, at an average of 4 hours. I'd go like 10 hours on the weekends too sometimes.
Wow,
So
Nice.
yeah,
Wow.
that's a lot, dude.
That's a lot. Caution
Yeah.
to everybody, because otherwise, I mean, it's very difficult to get monetized. And
Yeah.
sometimes if you're good, if you're there, and if you have the audience, or even if you don't have the audience, but if you have the content that appeals to people, so I think
Yeah.
even one video would do. So
Yeah, that's very true.
True. Yeah.
and
The
I also
boom you
feel-
get is from that specific video or specific thing you do on your stream. Just
Exactly.
one thing which booms up yours.
right.
channel.
I
So-
also feel, aren't there like more outlets to just straight up earn like money on Twitch. Like you can get bits, you can get gifted subs, you can get
No,
normal subscriptions, donations, everything, right?
nothing
YouTube
apart
just has
from affiliate. Yeah. Sorry,
mem-
sir. Yeah.
okay. So how does it work? Affiliates can earn in what way? Like through
Yeah,
what?
you have to be an affiliate. So for affiliates, you have to have, I think, 75 or 50 followers or something like
Followers.
that, and you
Okay.
have to have 1 week of continuous stream with 2 or 3 viewers, something like that.
Oh.
So basically,
And that. Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
Continue. Sorry.
So there are 3 tiers. One is a creator. Once you sign up, as soon as you sign up, you're a creator. Once
Okay.
you start streaming, you don't have all the monetization features. In fact, you don't have any monetization features.
Yeah.
So once then you graduate from being a creator to being an affiliate, and then from being an affiliate, you have affiliate as is a standard contract across Twitch. So it can't be modified. I tried, by the way, but it didn't work. So I spoke. I mean, I shot them a couple of emails. I raised a couple of tickets. Didn't work because I really wanted to keep Twitch in the live stream kitty, and this was the time when I was multi-streaming. So it's a problem if you're multi-streaming. Don't.
Yeah,
They ask
it's
you to
very
exclusively stream on Twitch, right? Once you
Right.
become an affiliate,
Right.
right?
So I just wanted to be true. I mean, I just wanted to be honest, and I wanted to stay true to, the agreement as well. So I was streaming on Twitch, and then all the features were unlocked. Then come the partners, and then there are 2 types of partners. One, I think the creator head of Twitch, or the creators program being headed by Twitch. If people are there already, who are being acquired, like Nick 30, if I'm not wrong.
Okay.
So once these guys are getting acquired, they have special contracts, and then there are partners who are graduating after that 75 concurrent viewer grind, and if they see that the content is worthy of being partnered with, only then, and then there are agencies getting your partnership. So
Oh.
and so then there are agencies getting you partnership in the sense they are already partnered as content providers who would get you the partnership through certain channels, depending upon certain commitments and arrangements again. So that way you will get the partnership on Twitch. So those are the 3 tiers, and then getting to partnership is quite a
Yeah,
But-
that
it's
has
like
to be like
75 constant viewers,
yeah.
something like
Yes,
that.
Even if less, I guess these guys do accept your. I mean, do look at your case in that case, and
Okay.
it sort of develops. If it's developing positively for you, then you're lucky that way.
Yeah.
On the other hand, YouTube, like Occupied was saying, there's only 1 tier, and that's partner.
partnership. Yeah.
So that way, the barrier is high, but for these guys, Lupo, TimTheTatman, all these guys are already monetized. So the switch was not exactly a problem. The problem came.
Yeah.
The problem that I decoded after doing my research, homework around these guys, and also switching while I was switching was basically Twitch's product as a live stream platform, live stream viewing platform, live streaming platform, however you want to call it. It is very much in tandem with gaming. One, like NISHn said, Haulier said that they are on YouTube you can expand very easily, but on Twitch you are specifically into gaming or esports or music or just chatting or hot
Or
tubs.
hot tub.
You never get the meta.
So
Yeah,
That
and now
one.
it's ASMR as well. So yeah.
Yeah,
ASMR as well.
that
Yeah.
one. Yeah. How
But-
can we forget that one? Come on.
Exactly. So ASMR was also a part of I think the YouTube economy as well for a bit. But again, ear licking, if you will. Yes. So a lot of ear licking that happens. That I just don't.
How do
I
people
know.
like that stuff, man?
Yeah.
Like, at least not on camera.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Oh my god.
That's a little sus.
Mm.
So that way I understand. So I mean, that way I think these guys made the switch, but in a long-term roadmap of a creator who would like to switch to Twitch as well. In fact, Nav was of the thought that he wants to switch to Twitch. Weren't you, Nav? And he's
Yeah.
Once here, let's
So-
go.
So what made you think that switching over to Twitch, because my YouTube live streams are not working, would make things better for you? What made you think like that?
So I started my viewers were going down. I don't know for what reason. Like YouTube was not letting me it was not promoting my channel at all.
Okay.
And it was like I was getting like my likes were going decreasing. I don't know why. Like if I go live after my live stream, I have like 30 to 40 likes, and then the next day it goes down to 20 or sometimes even 0.
Sometimes
That was
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is a bug. I have seen that before.
Yeah,
That's
this is a
like,
very
what?
peculiar thing that happens with YouTube. I used to first think that there are like alt accounts doing that, so that is why they probably
Same,
decrease the number of
yeah.
likes. But then like going down to like 0 and whatnot.
Going down to 0 is sus. So that is pretty much a
Yeah.
bug, if I'm not wrong. But again, that dip in likes and likes would be obviously the alt accounts, because they they generally take those away if the accounts are not humanly active. If there has been no activity like that. So what apart from this? I mean, did you try different things, Nav? What did you do to mitigate this sort of issue on your channel?
I was still trying to figure out. Then I saw other channels. I saw like some like creators who were like similar to me about the same subs. They were also having the same problem. So I thought
Right.
it was a bug. It'll go like YouTube will fix it, but still like it's not fixed. I don't know.
I've noticed one thing with YouTube.
Mhm.
I don't know. I think it's a universal thing. It probably just is a thing that comes like as a part and parcel of streaming.
Mhm.
If you're not regular, if you don't like follow like a routine kind of, I won't call it a routine, but if you're not regular, you see a
Right.
decline in viewers. But there was a time when I was at like I think I was at like 700 800 subs, and I used to get like people watching me, 13 14 people watching even when I was just chatting.
Right.
And now there's a time when I've like grown up subsequently I'm double the size of what I was at that time, and people don't watch, and that was because I've taken like a lot of breaks and whatnot. I think regularity matters a lot. I don't know about Twitch. I think it should be the same, because like as a streamer, why would people like dedicate their time to you when, say, like they can just use it to watch Netflix or maybe some other person who's doing something more interesting.
Exactly.
You need to keep them in. How do I explain it? You need to keep them engrossed.
Yeah.
And if you're not regular, you just be forgotten the next day, the very next day. Because at the end of the day, you're trying to entertain, right?
Exactly. So
I think regularity matters a lot.
regularity matters a lot. That is one good point that you've made so far. Because with Twitch, in fact, Courage, when he was switching over, he made this very he slipped in this statement where he was talking about how it is going to be easier for him to not worry about subs and acquiring more subs or Twitch primes while streaming, and he doesn't have to stream that much anymore. He can stream for a bit and very less, and he can make and put out YouTube content, video content, shorts, and otherwise as well, and not worry about
As much as he used to, like when he was like a full-time streamer. That's very true.
exactly.
I'm pretty sure all of these exclusive contracts pay them a lot in the first place, so that definitely takes the burden away.
So yeah, I mean, there would be obviously some sort of a lump sum involved, and then there would be a
And then
variable
bonuses
component.
and clauses. Yeah, definitely. 100%.
There would be a variable component that will, it'll help them, and also based on their performance, and it'll help them also scale up their performances, plus bring in new
True.
ideas, because there are a bunch of huge features on YouTube as well. But all in all, the switch that I see so far right now, because Twitch in the long term is not exactly new creative friendly, is what I've seen. I mean, I have been observing a bunch of live streamers from India on Twitch. These guys have spent. They love the platform, which is their dedication to the platform. So these guys have been there. They have crossed about 4,000, 5,000, 10,000 followers, and they have subs as well. So they are making some sort of money, if not a dependable amount. But again, it is just a live streaming platform.
Yeah,
Right.
the struggle for Indian creators on Twitch is real,
Exactly. What
and it is completely
discoverability?
different for like if we compare it with the streamers or content creators in the foreign countries.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a difference between there's a very stark difference. I'll mention about that later. But I mean, like what Occupied said that, um, and by the way, Occupied is Rajat. So if I switch names, do not forget. So so once, I mean, the person who's there on YouTube, even if he's live streaming on Twitch, there's a huge difference. But again, there are a lot of similarities when it comes to live streaming as a mode of living, and also a profession per se. In the long term, Twitch has become a place where a lot of people are depending on recommendations. What Haulier mentioned, recommendations in the, their own, in its essence, is based on a bunch of factors. It's not just just because you're putting it out there. There are 9 million
People
creators
same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
live streaming
that's
on
a
Twitch.
lot.
9 million people, and that number hasn't changed.
Change, yeah. It's only increasing as a matter
Yeah.
of fact, right?
It's not decreased one, and then also the viewers on Twitch haven't increased at all. So the ones who are watching, they're currently watching, and the new creators who are bringing in their audience and also depending heavily on Twitch's recommendation settings and recommendation algorithms, and even YouTube's algorithms, they need to realize that, okay, there is the recommendations and the suggestions can only go so far. There's a lot of effort to be put in when it comes to building your brand that can
Yeah.
stay with
And it's a
your
process.
audience. It's a huge process, one, and also the fact that if you take a break, you already know who Tanmay Bhatt is, who you already know who iFlix is, you already know who Sloothy is. Whoever doesn't know, you should know. Go check out his channel on YouTube. So we already know certain creators of different status, different sizes, different statures, in fact, and there's a top of the mind recall. Even Twitch turns off your notifications, right? So Twitch may, I mean, if you are subscribed to my channel and if you do not visit the channel for about a month, it'll turn off the notification. Which is why the whole study of me switching between, different channels, different things, because of this particular study that I was, I want to conclude this, but I think it'll take some more episodes that we could do.
So it's kind of like some kind of mutual cooperation, right? If you give their platform preference, you get preference from their side. Kind of like that, right?
Yeah,
It's basically your brand.
Yeah, your brand.
but
Once
also depends on like what the viewers want to watch, right? Like
Yeah.
not everyone wants to watch Fortnite, or not everyone wants to watch some story mode gameplay.
Yeah.
True.
So it
There's a
depends on
niche
what.
for everything. That is
Yeah.
very true.
And I don't know how YouTube recommendations work, because I don't think the certain video reaches the right viewer, because it is just weird. The algorithm is just weird sometimes.
I think YouTube algorithm definitely depends on likes.
Yeah, it does.
likes
I
is one part.
likes as well as the times the video has been clicked on
Yeah.
through the notification or through the recommendation which you get on your home screen. I think that matters a lot.
Acha, I have a question, Sid, but you might be able to answer this like the best. It's kind of unrelated, but like you might have seen like the analytics tab of YouTube and Twitch.
Yeah,
Which one is like
Yeah.
better?
Twitch.
I mean, more insightful.
Live streamer wise, Twitch, because it has
Yeah.
evolved as a platform when it comes to live streaming metrics, concurrent viewers, a bunch of and then subs, gifted subs, ads. It has segregated different things. Then it also shows what sort of what sort of metric that has performed well in
Okay.
terms of last stream particularly.
So you get to know what you're doing right and what you might potentially be doing wrong, and then like correct on it. Apply on it.
Depends on how you read it, but
How you
again but Twitch has evolved as a product for live streaming particularly, which is why I like Twitch's live streaming capabilities more. But again, as a roadmap for now that YouTube has started increasing and these guys are pulling up their socks, that way I think pulling up their socks, my bad, socks. So these guys have started pulling up their socks, and these guys have also added the live streaming metrics in your in your in their tab of analytics, if I'm not wrong. And
Yeah.
these guys have heavily also. I haven't seen the super chat and other other. I think super chat membership and what else ads. That
Yeah.
that sort
Yeah.
of tab is still not there in analytics for the creators. So you don't know which stream, which part of the stream has performed well, but again, audience retention is there. So that way, I think audience retention is something that sort of helps out understand that okay, this part peaked, this happened
You
at this
get
time.
to know that
Yeah.
who is watching and what they are watching. So
Which
Mm,
particular
what they
segment
like.
of your
yeah,
which particular segment of your content was well performing, and the other one was not. So a lot of people drop out. But again, the curve is such that you do not know that how many people did not like and how many people did, because it takes an average. Even if it peaked, you would not know. So like that. But on the other hand, with Twitch, the creator dashboard is pretty neat. There are a bunch of tools on YouTube that are still not up to the mark when it comes to.
True. Very true.
And on the channel analytics tab and then the stream summary tab, you have these metrics side by side, so you can evaluate that what has performed, what has not performed, how many times have you streamed today, how many times have you streamed in a month, and what sort of notification worked, because you can also customize the notification on Twitch. So what sort of notification
Yeah.
worked, what people liked and what people did not, so and what were the top clips, what moments like that, and then you can simply just lay out a plan for your next stream. But on the other hand, on YouTube, it doesn't work like that. YouTube just tells you these were the segments that performed well, these were the segments that didn't perform well. That's that. So yeah, I mean, as a live streaming platform, this one has completely blown people's mind. I'm talking about Twitch.
Twitch,
But
yeah.
again, yeah. But when it comes to, I think, retention of audience plus adaptation and, how do I say, the penetration of the product. I think we spoke about this in the last podcast. So that way, if this particular platform is being marketed to people who are already watching stuff on YouTube, people ignore that. And, when it comes to marketing it to people who are already there in the Amazon app economy, then that sort of, that didn't make any, I mean, that will be much more helpful for the creators.
In
And-
general, Twitch is way more streamer friendly, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
it started as such, right? I mean,
It was started solely as a streaming
It
platform.
was a streaming platform, like, so yeah, it helped the
And like
creators a lot.
consider a case where like you have reached like a certain level and you're thinking of doing like something creative, like a subathon, say,
yeah.
of sorts. And if you have, I mean, obviously you cannot have the option to either stream it on Twitch or YouTube, but if you did have that option, you would 100% choose Twitch, right? Because
Yeah.
of the kind of facilities, the kind of things that you can do, the
Yeah.
interaction you can make it with your audience.
Exactly.
It's
And
very fluid. Yeah.
Very sorry. And sorry, what?
I mean, content-wise, I think Twitch has been blowing it up, like live streaming-wise. Because I recently, day before yesterday, I was reading the story about this guy called Jerma. Have you guys heard about it?
Jerma.
Yeah, he's a famous Twitch streamer. He was into like the Team Fortress scene back in the day. This guy, this is going to blow you guys' mind off. I mean, it blew my mind off. I can't think of something like that. I don't know how he did something like that. But he actually created like a Sims like real life rendition of people like controlling his life on a Twitch stream. It went on for I think very long, and like people could choose what his next move would be. Like he can
Right.
now go and fight someone or go eat something like that. He had an energy bar. He had like a hygiene bar, exactly like The Sims, but on live stream. Isn't that crazy?
Crazy.
Yeah,
And
so-
that's it hit a very different. He gained like 100k subscribers of that, 100k followers of that. So
Wow.
the level
Nice.
of content is somewhere else.
So that way, I mean, that's exactly what I'm saying. So I think what clicks from the Fortnite scene, he was sleeping on his stream, and it
Yeah,
worked for him as well.
that-
Like he
Yeah,
put
what
out some
what is with the
notifications.
sleep stream? I don't get it. Like even Snipe Down was doing this.
A lot of
Stream
people do that. Yep.
Yeah, what is this? Like I
I
don't
don't know.
get it.
Kids just
it's-
want to watch you sleep, man. It's
That's
kinda
very-
that's pretty creepy, dude. To be
very
honest.
creepy. I would never do
scratching-
that.
Probably scratch some areas that you don't see people doing it generally. So, so
Metaphorically or IRL? What are you trying to
both,
say?
literally and
No, I
figuratively.
can't ever do a sleep stream, man. I'm pretty sure I blabber stuff in my sleep. I'm not doing that ever. man.
Oh, I did that.
It's more of a candid approach to get more viewers,
Yeah, I mean that way I think people
True.
feel a little more personal with you when they can wake
Yeah.
you up with say a couple of $1,000. I would like that. But if somebody is just waking me up for a couple of $1,000, why not? Like even
Yeah.
a couple of $100 I would work. Not
I mean, if you look at it that way, you legit getting money for sleeping.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Isn't
best
that
job
like a
in the
dream?
world. Yeah,
Best job in the
it's a
world.
dream.
every
Best job in the
investor's
world.
dream. Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Like they say, right? You make money while you sleep.
Exactly.
mean,
I was just going to
that's
say
it.
that.
So yeah,
that-
mission accomplished.
Yeah, so a lot of people, like, in fact, Warren Buffett, if you're watching this, please do watch Twitch streamers or YouTube streamers. We're going to make one of those soon. Probably not together, but someday in a sequence. Please, we're trying to get to a point where our sleeps earn a money in an innovative way and not just invest in stocks. Because, investing in mutual funds is subject to market risks. So I know we just want to get into
I just like I had that flashback of that advertisement. Oh my god.
Please use the offer document carefully, man. Please.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
That also with the fast speed they're talking that
Oh yeah.
forwarded.
Oh, they slowed that
sequence, oh my
down.
God.
Ad
Yeah.
people. So coming from the ad scene, I figured that these guys have slowed it down after a lot of people, raised this that okay, this guy's speaking too fast. What is wrong with you?
You can't figure it out what they're
Yeah.
trying to say.
So then and I think that sort of went against the guidelines of advertising. That, so,
RBI,
yeah,
mhm.
and advertising especially when it because you have to put that out. And
Full transparency.
yeah, so that way things changed for the mutual fund scene for sure. And that's how the new campaign came out, mutual fund sahi hai. But we're coming back to what live streaming sahi hai ki nahi hai. And live streaming as an activity that earns you money and helps you make a living is quite subjective. A lot of people have switched over to YouTube and switched over to Twitch. The recent moves again have told a lot of people that okay, Twitch doesn't have a future when it comes to live streamers because compare it with YouTube gaming live particularly, it is still big.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, it's huge.
With concurrent viewership, with followers, with active user base, Twitch is bigger than YouTube gaming live in particular. But if you compare it with what Haulier said, if you compare it with YouTube, in general, then it is a tiny drop in the ocean. Like literally, it's not exactly a tiny drop, but it's sort of an island in the ocean. So
the wide array of like stuff you can see on YouTube, I think that beats Everything
That
feels,
Yeah,
and it helps you
you
expand
get
as well.
everything. Like YouTube has everything you will think about, like everything.
Yeah.
Twitch is just like, yeah, okay, you wanna watch a game, someone play a game, you go to Twitch. That's it. Or yeah, of course, hot tub streams and all, but yeah, main focus is the person playing the game. But yeah,
I mean, in a way, if you like say love a particular creator, would you
Yeah.
rather watch his 6 hour long live stream, or would you rather watch like 60 videos of him with 10 minutes each of his best moments from the past 2 years? I think I'd choose the latter, right? If I like them.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
and
Subjective.
YouTube gives you the option to subjective, very true. It's subjective.
Right. And
But I mean,
subjective.
if you want to cover like a big portion, I think anyone would choose the latter, right? To save time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But again,
Mhm.
this concept of viewing live streams for say 6 hours at a stretch is one fairly new in the scene, and
True.
two, it is not exactly for the people who are who have attention spans of a butterfly.
Labrador.
So yeah.
Oh.
So that way, I think probably it would be longer. I don't know. So, so that way, so that way, I understood that the people who are right now getting used to live streams are either looking for gaming groups and looking for things, and they have a certain objective while they're hanging out in the chat. And then there would be, and I'm not talking about all of them. I'm talking about a major portion of a big live stream community, right? So that way is what I see. I see consistent consistent viewership on Occupied's channel, for example, and people are there in the chat. They're talking no matter which game he plays, right? And once
I have those 4 to 5 people who like stick around with me, like irrespective of whatever I'm doing, which I'm very
Exactly.
thankful to them for.
Yeah, that is very
That's
true.
the most
Yeah.
community feeling you can ever get from anything that you're doing, I feel.
Yeah.
So that way, you've built a rapport with your community. You've built a rapport with the brand of your own gaming content, and also that gaming content has built rapport with the people who are watching it. So that sort of synergy has established in people's mind. They would love to watch you, and they would love to watch the game. And then if there is a synergy that sort of makes the viewing experience even better, they would switch even over to Twitch for that matter. But again, if somebody's if they're just there for the game or just there for the creator, just there for the game, I think they would not switch over to a platform like Twitch, because they will watch some other creator.
Exactly. Someone else who's playing the same game as you.
Yeah. So that way, I think Lupo made a switch. He was basically a brand ambassador on Twitch, but
100%.
leaving that sort of a status for YouTube, made a huge difference for a lot of small creators as well. Essentially, because the product development and the creator development over time. Person who's taking care of a family just by live streaming needs some time with the family, needs some time for mental health, needs some time off what he's doing. Anybody who is crossing 30 to 35 would not be able to stream for 8 hours, 12 hours a day. For people who are crossing 18, they might be able to, because you have that sort of mindset, you want to grind that out. But again,
why not just stream?
Yeah, exactly.
But on the other hand, for a person who's what, Lupo is 32, if I'm not wrong, and he has a child, he has a wife, and they want to evolve from just being gamers. I think that was a fabulous switch, and I kind of saw that coming once Courage shifted.
Yeah, the whole gang will now try to probably conquer the YouTube scene.
In fact, I believe the next two people would be Ninja and Nick Marks. What do you say?
I was going to get to that. I feel Nick Marks would go there, but like I'm pretty sure he's exclusively like contracted with Twitch right now, right?
Once he is done with the contract, I think he might just
and
switch
if
to
like
YouTube.
YouTube people offer them big bucks,
Yeah.
Pretty sure they're going to do it, because they already have a very established base on YouTube, right?
Yeah, they do.
Not a lot of work. They know the
Nick
people
Marks
who watch
is
them on
really
Twitch.
huge. Nick Marks has his own like huge fan base.
Yeah,
That guy's
for his
pretty huge.
fitness stuff, for every game that
Yeah.
he plays that like with all his heart, and like he's
Yeah.
very good at every game he plays.
And he
Crazy.
has multiple channels, if I'm not wrong.
Yep, more
I think, yeah.
only for like the extra content, and they'll all probably go on to make like a third channel for shorts too. Who knows? I've
Right.
seen some
Yeah.
people make like a third channel for shorts.
Yeah, I've seen
I don't
that
know why
too.
people do that. Have you any idea by any chance why do people do
I
that?
don't know, trying to
I
just
think Shorts has like better reach. I think because of that, and if you're a huge streamer or a huge content creator, you will
Mhm.
get those many views and all.
So why
Maybe
not get
because
it
of
on the
that.
main channel?
No clue. I think they have
Hmm.
cracked the algorithm or something, but I have
some
no clue
weird
about
kind of
that.
diversification.
Yeah.
Maybe the algorithm, it hitting the algorithm better if you have like a separate channel. Because there was a guy in our Indian community who kind of, he blew up on the scene because of his shorts. He
Mhm.
shot up to like from 4K subscribers to, I don't know, I think close to 15K, 16K right now. And this was all
Nice.
in a matter of 3 months
Wow.
because of
Wow.
his shorts.
That's
Nice.
And
crazy.
shorts were very cringe.
Right.
It's a very different story altogether. I mean, I don't want to talk ill about anybody, but like, yeah, it's just
18K.
it's
Wow, that's
very
crazy.
like if you just watch those shorts, you're going to
Right. So that
yeah,
way
मम्मी
I
खाना खा लूंगा. हाँ.
Hi. Namaste Andy, कैसे हैं? Please join खाना please, yeah.
My
मैंने
bad.
तेरे को बोला था.
Yeah. So what was I saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Shorts.
he was also talking about making a separate channel. I'm not sure why. So
Yeah.
definitely something.
So that sort of switch is what I'm looking at. You know, everybody has certain priorities of live streaming, and him being a person who's also a married person, he doesn't have a kid, but he's married, and he would like to expand to different scenes. And I think live streaming on a daily basis and being worried about, or at least not being worried about, say for the next year, and diversifying to different brands, to different activities, to different content types. I believe that sort of helps a lot of people diversify their brand in general and not just their content. So Nick Marks, if he switches over, I believe he's going to conquer YouTube, because one, he's been killing it on Twitch, and two,
When he switched to Apex, I was like, okay, this guy is like on the top right now.
Yeah.
Like
right,
he just switched from
And
Warzone
he's
to
not
Apex, and
losing momentum. It's two very different
Yeah.
games.
yeah, that is very true.
And he plays Fortnite on like, then there's the competitions going on. So he's been killing it, I feel. He's doing
Yeah.
with people he likes, like his friends and everything. So it's
And I also saw the viewership for the particular game he was playing. Like the viewership like went up crazy when these guys like shifted from Warzone to Apex, and it was like, okay, this is a good thing for Apex people. Yeah,
him,
Yeah.
Cypher PK, they've been doing bitch.
I didn't know that he was that big, but yeah, he is too big.
right. So if there would be certain live streamers in particular, and this question is for everybody, who would you like to see shift from YouTube, an Indian live streamer by the way, from YouTube to Twitch, and why?
Oh.
Dead silence.
I'm going to be very honest. I do not watch a lot of Indian YouTubers besides like our little group of people.
There.
Besides like my friends, I do not watch a lot of people, and I think I gave enough reason in like that last discussion
Right.
during our last week's podcast.
Yeah.
It just doesn't feel. I don't know how to frame this. Civilized is not the correct word, right? It sounds very weird.
Yeah,
It just
Civilized
doesn't
is
feel
like
like
very
a
elitist
yeah.
sometimes. Yeah. So
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to I don't want to put myself on a pedestal here, but it just does not sound like the right vibe. It does not feel like the right vibe. When
Yeah.
when you're looking in chat, when you're just looking at like
You
the
should not be looking at the
language,
chat. No.
because it's filled with OP, right? Or
Yeah. Jord, OP, that's it.
that
Like,
Jord
how?
OP and let me, I remembered somebody doing this. Hawaii Kiski.
Oh wow.
That's what I mean that was that's what my channel's chat was filled with.
Don't forget the NHK, man. How can you forget
Oh,
that?
yeah,
ये हो रहा है
NHK.
क्या?
Well, like
What is the
for like
origin of
2 weeks,
this?
I was like, I don't know what that is. I searched
still
on
don't
the
know.
internet and I'm like, okay, I'm not getting any answers. I'm just gonna leave this.
Please,
I don't
What
know
please.
what
people
that is.
get out of the 3, not even 3.5 seconds they save out of making an acronym out of these 3 words out of all
Yeah.
things.
But what is नहीं हो रहा क्या? मेरे को कोई बताएगा
I
please.
do not
I mean,
know.
so if I'm if I'm having a rough patch and if I have like 2-3 viewers, people who hate me can come in and like 3 viewers, nahi ho raha kya? Some shit like that,
Right, but there's there's supposed to be an original story to this, नहीं?
Definitely कहीं से तो
Wow.
originate हुआ होगा, I'm pretty sure.
I mean,
Good.
you would see this NHK phrase in every other Valorant match that you enter.
Right.
Because one, we have a Mumbai server, and two,
Oh,
because
toxicity next
Most
level. Let's
toxic.
yeah,
go.
two is because we, I mean, collectively as Indians, tend to be really toxic, and NHK is an acronym out of that, right? So every other guy would at some point mention that just to prove that he's doing better at the game than his opponent.
Yep.
So it's just putting someone down to make yourself, be noticed in a certain way.
That's very, very logical.
Yep.
From what I thought, this would origin from some place like a girl and a boy are doing it, and
What?
Wow, you are amazing. Oh my god. I didn't think of that.
How did you even come to like that?
Oh
I don't know,
my.
how
I mean,
did
I
think
don't think
that-
he completed. I
Yeah.
don't think. Yeah, let him complete what he's.
I don't
So-
think that needs to be completed now. It's done.
they were trying to do it and there was a judge trying to like
Yeah.
give them points and then the guy was not doing well, so nahi ho raha kya? How did it work? Like how else?
Exactly. So then that's how, I mean, I thought that would be some sort of reference to MX Players sponsored live stream, or like MX Players sponsored, because that's how these guys are sponsoring the content, right? So if somebody has made a web series out of that and उसमें किसी ने एक छोटा सा dialogue डाल दिया, नहीं हो रहा क्या?
Oh,
And so that way.
that sounds like a better origination story than like the whole
this is
Valorant
nice. I
Mumbai
like this now.
server, narrative. This is a nice one.
So that way, I believe that way, I really thought, but I think whichever floats the boat, I think be golden with that.
I
And
mean, the end conclusion is that us Indians are toxic, right?
True.
Eh,
Completely. Yeah.
toxicity.
Not everyone though.
You won't believe
Yes,
this.
some of
You
us are nice.
won't believe this. I think I was watching Rainbow Six Siege live stream on Twitch, and I think one of the casters was Indian. And I also saw this issue making runs on Twitter. One of the casters was Indian, and they threw the most toxic comments at that guy. I forgot the name. And he had the accent. He knew, and he was being supported by a bunch of not just players but also industry people as well. That if you cannot speak more than one language that you do at your home, I think you should keep quiet. Because toxicity, if you're throwing toxicity and especially racist toxicity, I think that way you should just keep it to yourself. And I think that is not limited to Indian community particularly. I think that
Just
generates out of
people in general.
trust.
Yeah, people in general. Yeah.
The Indian creator community, on the other hand, is divided between YouTube and TikTok. So that way, I think TikTok, since it's gone, I think
now have
people-
reels. So
yeah, we have reels, sure, but
Yeah.
and then we have Facebook Shorts.
oh, they do have shorts. I haven't explored Facebook yet.
So yeah, don't do that. I mean,
Never gonna do that.
so the bottom of the barrel, sort of TikToks made it to Facebook. The mid-level fashionista and otherwise, very dancey sort of shorts made it to reels,
Reels.
and the rest of the content that was much more intellectual, if I feel that way. The searchable content that had IQ levels of a normal human being would. Sorry, not normal human being, but IQ levels of a person who's interested in searching some interesting topics. Then that made to YouTube, if I'm not
Yeah.
wrong. And even
Interesting topics like NHK, you mean?
NHK, funnily didn't make it to
Oh my
YouTube.
God.
YouTube Shorts, if you will. But on the other hand, I think NHK I saw somewhere on Reels. So that
Oh man, the cancer is spreading. Oh no.
Kill it before it lays eggs.
Yeah.
swear. Ratio better topic. So that
I don't know. How do you guys feel about YouTube Shorts? Because what I personally feel, based on the recommendations I get on my YouTube Shorts, is more of an informational content
Mhm.
rather than dance videos or rather
Exactly.
than these
Yeah, it-
remixes that people make.
It
That's what
definitely
I get.
depends on your search, like routine, search habits in general. I get a
Right.
lot of food stuff because I look at a lot of food stuff before I sleep. I
Right.
get a lot of Valorant stuff because I look at a lot of Valorant and Fortnite stuff, so that happens.
Right.
And then what you're talking about, like just informational stuff.
Right.
I don't know, Muhammad Ali motivational quote stuff like that also pops up for no reason.
Right.
And then I have those small creators ka shorts also popping up. Like someone got like a Valorant ace, someone who's
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
he got a Valorant ace, that pops up.
So that
So in short, it's basically YouTube Shorts as a platform is based on your search recommendations and the likes that you give for those
Yeah.
shorts.
Yeah.
And your region
Whereas-
also, I feel.
Yeah, the region, of course.
Region as well.
But when we see Instagram, I've not even looked at Facebook at this point, but when we see Instagram,
Yeah.
there's this 3-4 songs that
That
keep
was a
on playing
trending.
on
Yeah,
repeat.
that is just
Yeah.
on
And-
repeat.
and just
It's on
some-
repeat.
Some
Yeah.
women dancing on it. Yep, true.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and that doesn't have to do anything with your search or algorithm.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, I mean, women dancing and some kids, not kids, adolescents, adults, were chewing tube light.
What?
Yeah, that was one.
Really?
They were.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
so that again, like I said, bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
That sort of
It's crazy.
content made it to both Facebook and Instagrams for some reason, and that sort of content was cringe, super
The
cringe.
only content I've been seeing on Instagram recently is the guy who goes with the drone and dances. That's the only
Oh,
thing I've
bro,
been seeing.
that
Yeah, this
guy.
Stay, this
Yeah.
song stay right. Yeah.
Right. So that's how Flypswitch creators recreate TikTok dances. TikTok,
Guys, we need 500 likes for that, bro.
yeah. Even if we hit 50 likes right now,
Yeah.
we're going for it.
We'll all choose one dance.
I'll
each.
specifically fly over to Occupied and Haulier and NISHn, and we'll do one reel each.
100%.
Or we'll meet somewhere halfway, and 4 of us will do that. What do you say?
I'm
Go on.
down.
I'm done.
Let's do it, dude.
I am super on for this. I'll do that. Even if these guys won't move their asses, I will do that for sure. Because that's what exactly I was asking for when we were speaking in our chat, that if somebody is available in Delhi, because as soon as I saw that man dancing with the
Yeah.
drone, this thing, talking to emu or something like that, to touch an
Let me search.
to
It's
touch an
to
emu, to touch an emu.
To touch an emo. Yeah.
Yeah, to touch an emo. Yeah.
That man has made buzzes.
Yeah.
He's worked with Jason Derulo. He's worked with
Yep.
Bella
Yeah.
Porch. He's
Bella
worked with
Porch.
Yeah,
he's
dude.
worked with so
A
many
lot
other
of-
I think
creators.
his video just got viral. I
Dr.
think.
Phil. Dr. Phil too.
Dr.
I just
Phil.
got to Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
Dr.
how
Phil,
good.
yeah, I just saw that yesterday. I mean,
Yeah. The Indian creators don't think like this for some reason.
Indian creators. I
That's
think we need to
like-
transition to our other
The
topic,
next-
right? The
yeah.
Indian creator
Creator
economy.
economy, yeah.
Man. Rant
that-
session.
I mean, it's a holistic view anyway, because Dr. Lupo, TimTheTatman switching over to Twitch and YouTube, switching over to YouTube from Twitch and also Indian creators in general who are also there on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. It's sort of, I mean, everything is interconnected that way. Like I said, since we were speaking of who would we like to see shift from YouTube to Twitch, I think I see there is one creator called Zaya who is pretty
Yeah.
active,
Yeah, I know.
and she's also active on Twitch. She has an established community, but
And
she
she plays
does,
a lot of games.
yeah,
Yeah, she
She-
does.
Variety streamer.
she's quite a variety streamer, and she also has an established audience for Twitch. So
True, yeah.
I would like her to lead the lead the baton like that, because I think that's what we need. Somebody who could make it make a leave a mark thing.
Somebody sensible to kind of lead it first,
Yeah.
I would say.
Exactly. And then the other one would be on a medium scale, say about 50k subscribers, sort of a person. I think there's this very nice Fortnite fella, I forgot.
On 50k? I know.
On 50k. Which one was this guy? Oh,
Are you talking about Cooks D? Don't tell me.
I think so.
He barely streams now. He's into making montages and all of that stuff.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. Cooksy.
But he has
Exactly.
like, he's a must like around 40k subs or something like that. So
Yeah, in that bracket, if he could switch over. If that is happening, I would love to see that happen.
we need somebody influential to make a move in order to, like kind of bring other people on board, right?
Yeah.
Influential, or how do I say quality? Because influences also come from the likes of Sick Warrior, T-Bone, if you will. But I don't think their audiences, their brand, will be able to sustain.
I don't think they have mature audiences, to be honest.
Exactly, and they would
And
be able to
who
sustain
will-
on Twitch.
Yeah, I don't think they would be.
Ooh.
Zik Warrior himself has said that he won't be streaming on Twitch because it's just not worth it. So
Like that.
I don't see him coming.
What are these guys playing nowadays? Are they playing like Apex? Valorant?
Yeah.
Apex,
Everyone's playing
Apex,
Apex?
Valorant,
Everybody loves Apex Ranks,
BGMI.
man. I need to start. Oh,
Let's start.
BGMI, man.
Not BGMI.
Yeah, people have been playing these three games, but
Yeah,
mostly
BGMI is
BGMI
like
and
guaranteed
Valorant.
views, I feel, man.
Yeah,
Not on Twitch. Not on Twitch.
And not on Twitch.
no, not
Never on Twitch.
Yeah, never on Twitch, definitely.
BGMI especially, and since it's a specifically designed game for India, so I don't think that will help anywhere.
देशभक्ति की भावना भी आती है देखते देखते ही.
I think
Exactly.
every big streamer has like started with mobile games and they like had this audience with them. Then they
Right.
transition to PC games. Then okay, the audience is like, okay, they're shifting to PC games. Let's just watch them. Let's just see what they're doing. So it's like that.
A lot of people started playing Warzone and Valorant when this
When these
PUBG
games
got
came
banned,
out.
right?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
It was an easy switch. It was a very new thing to try one. A lot of people saw it as a wave and they wanted to ride. In fact, I started playing Fortnite, except for PUBG Mobile. I started playing. In fact, I hated PUBG Mobile when I started playing
It's
that.
filled with bots in the
Oh,
very
did it,
beginning, man.
I'm talking about 2018 April. That when it launched, a lot of people started playing it, and I was introduced to the game by my brother, and he told me that okay, play this game. I also played Free Fire Garena. Didn't like it one bit. Didn't understand.
They've got a Ronaldo skin. How dare you say that? Oh my god.
What?
Still don't
Are you
like it.
serious?
Yup. Free
Wow.
Fire has a Ronaldo skin.
Can't believe that. Crazy.
Yeah, still no, because because Free Fire on the other hand had brought in a lot of elements from Fortnite, from PUBG, but they still couldn't. I mean, and they could create an economy and an ecosystem for players, but I still believe they don't have a brand that appeals to the rest of the age groups. PUBG, on the other hand, I could play with people who were older to me, who were younger to me, and
Yeah,
because
that's true.
And on the other hand, when it came to Warzone, I connected with my OG boy else who've been playing on PC since ever. So again, PC Master Race wala baat aa jati hai. That's another topic for another day though. But
Yeah.
but coming back to the whole creator economy and Dr. Lupo and TimTheTatman making those waves where a lot of people are still wondering, like Nav, who's been quiet for a long time. So, I mean that why should one person switch from YouTube to Twitch? It's basically useless right now for an Indian creator to switch from YouTube to Twitch because
It's not worth it. Like the audience
that way.
coming to Twitch is like a very difficult thing.
If you can
I
pull the
think-
audience, nothing.
I
like
think so. I think for anyone who's like playing Fortnite and especially Fortnite competitively,
Hmm.
I see like for them they can have this alternate kind of plan where there's a lot of famous pro players from the US and like EU region who happen to do watch parties of all of these FNCS, basically the elite tournament that goes on every season. Uska
Yeah.
watch parties. So if
Yeah.
you somehow manage to obviously like you have to put in the work, you have to be really good at the game to qualify. But if
Exactly.
you somehow qualify for that top 33, if you're streaming on Twitch, you are bound to get followers because somebody is going to be watching you over there. And if you pull out a good play somehow, you do like a 3v1 on such a stage when 3,000 people from someone else are watching you on their
Yeah.
watch party,
Yeah.
they definitely trickle in and they'll follow
Which
you.
is kind of rewarding in that way.
Exactly.
Compared
Like
to YouTube.
getting noticed with your skill, I would say on Twitch can be easy if you're doing it competitively. I think
Yeah.
correctly if you're doing it, it can be
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you're absolutely right. A lot of players I see in the FNCS scene and even the Apex scene, as soon as I see people's names, I ended up searching for them on Twitch more than I did on YouTube. But again, the whole search as as a mechanic on a platform is much more potent on YouTube than on Twitch.
True, very true.
So, that way, I think if you want to search something, YouTube or Google, that's that. You're not twitching
The
it
first
out.
thing
You're not
it'll pop
Facebook.
up is Google or YouTube. So
Exactly.
that's like your first reflex will be that.
That's exactly the reflex that everybody's capitalizing on when it comes to YouTube. But again, on a UI level, Twitch leads. So a lot of people who are capitalizing on the fact that a lot of their friends who are new to the platform say Twitch. For example, Nav, he wants to make the switch. He has how many followers do you have, Nav, on Twitch right now?
4.
So 4, and four
Yeah.
of us like here right now. If we switch over, we are 8 people there, and then we are 8 people on Twitch. We are watching your stream. You start building up from scratch, and that's how you begin your journey of monetizing your content in the first place. But then things change. We drop out, or somebody else drops out, and your viewership goes down. Then you come to think of it again. Should I switch to YouTube back again, or should I continue on Twitch?
You'll be in a very confusing state at that point.
Exactly. So that way, I believe grinding at a particular place, in a particular manner, is much more fruitful for you right now, and in fact for anybody who's doing it right now. In fact, I practically restarted my grinds as well, essentially because Twitch is good for people who have an active community.
Yeah.
If you're not there, do not do it. And Twitch by design is a platform that promotes the top tier or the top viewership channels, basically. The channels who have top viewership, it basically will promote that, because if you open the app right now, Nick Mugs dikhega sab super.
Yeah.
Occupied दिखेगा सबसे ऊपर.
Shut
और
up.
अरे अरे अरे
and
यार मैं तो ट्विच का ये भी नहीं बनाया अपना यार ऐसे.
so but अपन लोग नहीं दिखेंगे essentially because that is how it is built. They would add things like stories. They would add things like words. I mean, words are still there, but searchable words. They would add, a bunch of other things, but it would not, still not make the platform behavior go in the direction they want. But on the other hand, people, if they want to search for a live stream, they do Occupied Live, Haulier Live, NISHn Live, Nav Live. They land on it. They land on your channels, on their channels. And it's that easy on YouTube. In fact, the best way they, the other way that is, much more workable for them is to turn on the notifications. It'll never go off unless your phone acts up or your phone is interfering with your notifications in general.
Unless YouTube just decides not to give notifications at all.
Yeah, that happens
Yeah.
a lot of times.
Yeah.
It's YouTube partly a mobile phone. If you go,
Yeah.
if you check your notification frequency in your settings, game changer.
Yeah.
And you might want to throw your phone away like that because that is what exactly is getting into the way of your channel's notifications to your audience. So that Lupo shifting, Tim shifting, these guys are still cashing the same amount of viewers, and they still have the same amount of dedicated supporters and subscribers, if you will. I think that sort of tells that YouTube has a tangible plan that that helps evolve any sort of brand that's trying out right now. So if anybody who's switching over to Twitch just because your viewership is dropping, do not. Think in another direction altogether. This is a small streamer syndrome that I've understood, even by learning from my mistakes and from other people's mistakes. That small streamer. If I put a ring light, would it work? If I change my background, will it work? If I if I invest too much in my PC, flex my PC in my description, will it work? I don't think so. You need to have a minimum viable infrastructure so that you can start with your live streams if you want to do that, but focus on what you want to offer. Nav, are you listening?
Yeah.
So that if you want to focus on what you want to offer, and it's not just content, it is apart from that as well, because there are several other things here. मुझे सब बहुत सारे लोगों ने पूछा when I was talking about talking to my friends who are fairly older to me. They're in their early 40s, late 30s, and they were telling me that why would I watch you? Why can't I watch Netflix? Please let me watch Netflix. I don't want to watch you. हाथ हो गई, मैं इतने प्यार से बुला रहा हूँ, जबरदस्ती फिर भी मुंह पे तमाचा मार रहा है. ऐसी बात थोड़ी है. And he or she would be the one who are actually playing those games at that age, but they still don't want to watch it. They want to play it. So that sort of develops a whole another dimension for a creator to work on. And apart from that, then it comes to YouTube's longevity per se. They already have shorts. They've already mastered videos, and now comes the live streaming capabilities. They also added features like automatic chapters that sort of helps as well. Have you guys used that by any chance?
Automatic what?
Automatic chapters.
Nope. What is that?
It basically adds chapters to your
That
video.
I think you when you put a timeline on a description, it works like that, something like that, right?
But
or it does automatically.
Right, but I haven't figured that out. How?
I think
what is the
when you
automation if I have to put it
when
myself?
you Yeah, when you like what you call like what from 0 to 10 if you put and then you write something
Mhm.
that will go into like a timeline.
Oh, the
That
timestamp you
break
mean
up
on the
timestamp.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, I get it. Yeah.
or
Right.
That's
something like
interesting.
Yeah, timestamp really helps a lot.
That helps in like longer videos where like segments are right.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
So, when it comes to Indian creative economy, what do you think should be the next, you know, how do I say, next step that needs to be taken from a creator community, that or for even a small creator who wants to start, whose viewership is declining, or they just want to monetize their their content from the get go. What do you think? Or if you are one of them, what is the plan like for you? That you would like to do certain videos in the next 3 months, in live streams, or what exactly do you think would work?
I personally feel for someone who has been in the game for like a considerable amount of time
Mhm.
and is seeing declining numbers, I think like if you're solely into gaming, you need to kind of figure out what the next big game can be. Try to get the first movers advantage if you really want like a big boost to your channel, right? So like if Halo Infinite is coming up, and like the competitive scene is going to probably boom, maybe if you get to know the game better before everybody else, people might start checking you out. Like you put up those reels, put up those sick plays. There's a chance you can capture some audience from that. And like see, and as far as longevity comes into the picture, I feel like what I've seen a lot of people in like the Fortnite community in general do, and
Mhm.
who good now,
Right.
is they started with the gameplay. Eventually
Mhm.
they transitioned into content, and content as in like it's not quality content.
Mhm.
Far from quality content, it's just very repetitive content that when we were in 2017 2018, we used to see FaZe Rug do some weird ass challenges, something like that.
Right.
Those kind of
Mhm.
content, like your sister reads my DM, some weird stuff like that, which is funny. I won't say it's not quality content. It's quality content, but it's repetitive. No one's thinking out of the box. So you
Mhm.
can do that and you can get numbers, but I don't know how sustainable that is.
Right. So, sustainable approach. What do you suggest? Uh, a week. I mean, 3 streams a week, and that should help you monetize your channel in about 8 months. Would that work? Provided you have people who are watching
Yeah.
there.
If you have people who are watching you, and if you have like a decent level of gameplay, I'm going to be very honest. And I started playing the game that I mean I've been playing Fortnite only from the very beginning. Now I play Valorant here and there.
Right.
But in the very beginning, I was not very good at the game. I used to think I was good at the game, but when I saw people, I was like, nah, I'm like way off, man. I don't have the time to play as good as them because like I had office and whatnot.
Yeah.
So eventually I had to scale up my game. When I got a PC, I used to stream on a laptop. I got a PC, and I can legit see the difference in the kind of gameplay I had. So I think a lot of times a lot of people just overlook the fact that quality gameplay is very important for viewer engagement.
Mm-hmm.
You might have like the personality of I don't know who do I even like put up there for a metaphor. Muhammad Ali, man, I love his
Yeah.
personality. But if your gameplay isn't good, I don't think you can have a lot of people watching you.
I've
Right.
noticed one thing, like if sometimes I've seen people who are not really good at the game, but they are really good with the chat. Like
Huh.
Bakshudi Chalu hai, and people are like enjoying the Bakshudi rather than the gameplay.
Right.
Hmm.
So he's trolling some other guy, on his team or griefing some other guy, and people actually like to watch that. So I've
Hmm.
seen that. So sometimes gameplay doesn't
Yeah,
even matter.
we used to I mean in our this Fortnite community there are people who do live Zoom raids, and
Right.
that
Shit.
somehow works for them. I don't know
Wow,
how. I
that's
find it
crazy.
really bad, but
Yeah.
it works for them. Just kids just liking seeing teachers get irritated for some reason. I don't know.
Right.
And these guys go on to like start vaping and doing weird stuff like that in classes, live classes,
Man.
all
Oof.
behind the wheel
That,
of anonymity. So I know it works
Yeah.
for them. So
yeah.
Yeah. So
that ethical high ground, after
yeah.
that it's all lost.
That way, I don't think that is the sustainable approach.
Yeah, it isn't.
Yeah, it doesn't.
When it comes to creative content out there, because you have to expand from just being a creator in the gaming scene. So I think expanding from and diversifying on different platforms is also important.
True.
But
very
again,
true.
a platform that limits your capabilities, engagement, or and a bunch of uh, community building aspects like Twitch, because
Yeah.
Twitch is nothing but a live stream platform. You have to go live to speak to your audience. You have to go live to monetize your stuff. You can't sleep uh, and wait for your video to work for you on Twitch, because that's how it works. That's how it is built by design. So you have to do all of that stuff, and I believe that becomes an essential reason for creators like Lupo and Tim and Courage and Valkyrie and uh, Indian people who are looking at sustainable, living from off of YouTube. That they are looking at this platform as a one-stop shop of what they have to offer. I think that way it is a good way to begin. Just that if things are going, down south, if it's not working out for you, let's share those ideas and let's share those problems in the Flypswitch server itself, so that we can help you out and we can help you develop the path out of that and towards monetization that will help you begin your journey for the longer run. On the other hand, if a lot of people would say your channel is not monetized, why would you do that? I have been working on a bunch of other channels that have shown 180% growth, and from that I've derived certain learnings, and so those learnings have been, whether it's gaming or non-gaming, otherwise as well, so many learnings that I can't reveal it right now because I have obligations to say, but to honor. But on the other hand, these sort of learnings have helped me understand what is lacking in the gaming scene as well. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to share it in the live stream chat, and otherwise also in the Discord chat that we have, and we'll address those and we'll develop solutions for you guys as well. But on the other hand, if there's something that you would like to see happen in the next 3 weeks, boys, this is for you especially. Right from Nick Mercs and Ninja to other people joining YouTube. What do you expect? In fact, xyddhartha is one of those. If you haven't checked it out. Have you checked him out?
Oh, who's that guy?
Zlena.
Said Layla. Okay, check it out.
Him out on Facebook, by the way. He's a Facebook streamer.
Oh.
He's not a YouTube streamer. He's not a Twitch
Oh.
streamer.
Damn, Facebook, huh?
Yeah, and he's been
Yeah.
signed with the with the platform, but he's been kicking. So in the next 3 weeks, I would like to see the switch over to YouTube. A couple of Indian creators who have been there but who haven't been able to grind. There was this very old Indian Twitch streamer who had about 6,000 followers, but I forgot the name. I would like to see him. I would like to see him come back, and Ninja and Nick Max. Without saying, what would you like to see?
Yeah, I would definitely love to see Nick Marks on YouTube, like completely on YouTube. That would be crazy. Well, I just want to see him dominate YouTube because he has huge fan base. That would be awesome. And as a streamer as well, he's very entertaining, to be honest. It's really like fun to watch him play stuff because he has a completely unique view on the games than the usual pros and other streamers out there.
What are your views on like just Ninja in general now, because he definitely looks like a retired man who does not
Oh man,
give.
Ninja, I don't know what happened to him. Like, okay, he was good with Fortnite, and I thought he was playing a character being toxic, but he is toxic
He is toxic. Yeah, he
in
was being a
general, and
character being family friendly, I feel, because
yeah,
of the
he
nature
was
of the
just
game.
pretending to be nice, and he is
Yeah,
toxic in person. So I don't know. I
I know. He
do
made
not like
bank.
that.
He made bank on Mixer too. He probably made a lot of bank on Twitch again.
Yeah,
And he's just chilling, streaming League of Legends, doing whatever he wants to do.
yeah,
Final
true.
Fantasy, League of Legends. He plays whatever he wants. He does not give a heck about viewers now.
I think he knows that he has reached that point where
Yeah,
people
probably
don't
five.
care whatever he does. People are still gonna watch him.
And his next 5 generations are probably sorted. So like, I
Yeah,
don't think he cares now. Which
I've
is
heard
also like a good
this.
outlook. It's like retirement, right? Just
yeah,
you know you
definitely.
have enough money.
I've heard this before. Somebody. I think there was this esports channel who was talking about how
Yeah, there is one.
yeah,
Yes,
The
I
esports talk,
remember.
esports talk.
esports
By the
Yeah,
channel.
way, as
it
you guys
has
are
the
saying this,
blue
Yeah,
theme
the blue
channel.
theme
Yeah,
channel,
as
yeah, esports
yeah,
talk.
definitely. Yeah.
This drink some water, drink some coffee.
just some Goa,
Yeah,
that guy.
so that fella,
Yeah,
I
he's cool.
forget.
I like that
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, I like that guy. Yeah, too.
So, so he is the one who was talking about it, or somebody else who was talking about Ninja being a toxic person in general, natively, and he was playing a character like that. So I've heard that, I think. But on the other
Yeah.
hand, I believe he had this personality where I mean he's also a married person, if I'm not wrong. So he wants to sustain this. But on the other hand, he made what 5 million off of 1 month of creator code
One
earning.
month. Yep.
Wow.
He disclosed it. Yep.
Yeah,
Creator code earnings. That's crazy.
that's a
Yeah.
lot.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
People don't make that out of like 100 tournaments they participate in Fortnite, man. Prize pool is not enough.
Talking
It's
about big
crazy.
creators, what do you think about Shroud?
That guy is an idol.
Mm.
He's just too cool to
Like,
be a
yeah,
normal
like
human, man.
watching him, like he's so calm. Like I like that vibe.
Yeah,
Even though he's like very good at
very
every
good
game.
at whatever he does.
Yeah,
Very good advices in general.
yeah.
The chat is really nice because they just know.
They just respect him, so they are very
Exactly. Like
nice in the
everyone's
chat.
in awe
Yeah,
completely. I love Shroud, man. Shroud
yeah. That
is
is
something
some
else. He
next
whatever
level.
game he plays, he was just playing some random sniper game one day, and I was watching it. I didn't even
Yeah, he
know
plays
about it,
some
bro.
random stuff. That is
Yeah,
his thing.
half of that stuff is probably sponsored, but he just doesn't care. It makes it very entertaining for
Yeah,
everybody. Have you guys played Escape from Tarkov?
yeah. I have.
How is it? I mean, it looks like a very
It gives
interesting
me.
game.
It is very realistic, to be honest. The footsteps and the sound is crazy.
Yeah, and
You
like
get
there's
the
slots
jump.
and stuff.
The like the customization in the game is like next level. You have to like grind a lot, and when you reach a certain point, then
Mhm.
you have to, I think, fight a boss as well in the game. It's a NPC boss, and while fighting that boss, it's very scary because the sounds are like realistic. It's very silent, and
Oh.
you hear the footstep like someone is behind you.
I used to watch like some videos. Usme to they used to like go on raids and stuff so that you can
Yeah,
get gear, and then
yeah,
eventually different maps where you get gear, you kill NPCs,
yeah.
you kill normal players also, and then you come out of that raid. If you die, you lose your stuff.
Yeah,
So
you
there is this
completely
guy
lose it.
who makes content around this. He makes it like a story mode narrative kind of it. Very interesting.
Wow.
He's trying to fight, and then all of a sudden when he's fighting, he becomes thirsty, right? And then whatever he checks around, the only liquid that he gets is something that will dehydrate him more. He finds whiskey. So he
Oh
makes it
shit.
like a narrative, and it's very cool to watch. I don't remember his name, but he used to make Rust videos. He used to make Tarkov videos, and they're very interesting. He's got like 3-4 million subs, I think.
Mhm.
So
Interesting.
like, I would love to watch people do stuff like that in India, but I just feel it wouldn't work because the
We
viewers won't
don't
want
have
it.
the audience in India to watch
Exactly.
stuff like that.
It just does not. It just feels bad. It
Yeah.
just feels like we are underdeveloped at this point, don't you feel?
The culture, yeah. So live streaming culture, like I said, is very much established. But on the
It's
other
probably
hand,
about OP, Jordan, everything like that.
cheating, if you will. But
Everyone
on the
has
other
a
hand,
phone and everyone wants BGMI. That's that.
yeah. But on the other hand, if I like this guy who is Jack Shukla or some, I don't know who was that guy who would be talking like one of the characters from the movies, and that way Jack Shukla, if you will. or something like that. He would talk like one of the Bollywood characters, and he would narrate his PUBG gameplay, mobile gameplay.
Oh, that's
And that-
interesting. I mean,
That's
that's
a
giving
good
like
thing.
an Indian twist to what I was
Exactly.
saying. Which is nice.
Exactly. So something like that, I would love to watch. A lot of people, in fact, watched, and he's cashed out on that. He's cashed out from that particular initiative. And apart from that, but again, when it comes to expanding, Indian creators really need to expand from just being live streamers and video creators, montage creators in general.
True.
We are
We
very
have
limited.
very talented montage creators, to be honest.
I know,
Hmm.
but again,
But I
that's
think we
this
stick
one
with the
style.
wave for very long. Don't you guys
Yeah.
feel?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so montage is one type of presentation.
Yeah,
Hmm.
true.
It is not just your content. So that
Yeah.
way, I believe montage would be a nice thing to see, watch once when you're having a quick cup of coffee, or
Yeah.
you're doing a nice good shit or something like that. I don't know.
Mhm.
When, whenever you want to.
Very true. True.
Yeah. So and that comes after the coffee, no? So that, if that is happening, then I believe it's a good thing to watch. But again, that is not what person who's saying that I'll go home and watch something is looking for.
Yeah, yeah, true.
And that would be Netflix or something that has a much more constant narrative. I would like to watch
Yeah.
Amanda McCants for that matter, but not because she's role playing in different videos, but she has that humor to it. I don't know if you guys have checked her out. Do check her out
Mhm.
if you haven't already.
Yeah.
Huge learnings from her channel, and once she has started, expanding and talking and also collaborating with other creators, he has added that flavor.
Yeah.
So
I think we should try to do something like that. Even like I was thinking, like, okay, I play Apex Legend. Why not like cosplay like Bloodhound or something and like speak in his voice
yeah,
and just do it?
yeah.
But I don't know how Indian audience is gonna pick that up, because I think people are gonna be trolling a lot, but there will be some people who will be appreciating the effort probably. So why not?
Like a different initiative. So.
Yeah.
So that way, I have a thinking. I have a thing in mind. Let's do. I don't know if you guys are in favor of playing Fortnite that much, but I want to do voice Batman.
Oh damn, that is so cool.
Mhm.
I can probably do a Bane voiceover, but I have to hold my two hands to it. It's very difficult. But yeah.
Oh my god, you guys are crazy, man.
So that way, you use. I mean, that's why I wanted to understand who can take over those skins in Fortnite, and we can do something about it. What do you say?
Oh, that would be crazy. Oh my
Let's
god.
do that. So let's get those skins and let's make something out of that.
Yeah,
I
we
really
should try.
want. It's about time now that we have announced the cat's out of the bag, occupied.
Mm-hmm.
So might as well, make
Yeah,
a
content
series.
like this is like fun to do as well. Like it's not just about
Yeah.
playing the game, it's just making this content. So
Yeah.
I think it would be fun to do.
And also, to touch an emo dance. Let's do that.
Wow.
We've spent what 90 minutes talking about creators shifting. So and what it means for the Indian creators, as well as why stick to YouTube and why stick to Twitch. Twitch, what I learned and what I think we have all learned from this discussion is why stick to Twitch if you already have a community that is ready to invest in you. Stick to Twitch because it is the easiest and it has a very low barrier to entry. A low barrier to entry means quicker monetization, quicker community building, and a quicker way to get to the next paycheck. Because if you're shifting from a full-time job, that'll be much more helpful. But on the other hand, if you have an established YouTube friendly place, YouTube friendly brand, then which is much more flexible between shorts, videos, and live streams, might as well go for it because might just stay on YouTube. or stick
Yeah,
to
it
YouTube
would
like
be
that.
more sustainable for someone who
Yeah.
has a whole lot of community
Right.
behind them.
And if you're thinking of live streaming as a career, do not just stick to it. Go beyond
Yeah,
that.
don't completely like turn to live streaming just because you
Yeah.
want to do it.
Yeah,
Start it as
because
a side thing and
Side thing.
see how it goes.
yeah,
Because I think luck is involved in this a lot.
True.
there are a lot of things. I mean, when 2020 dropped in, when 2020 started, a lot of people were depending on live streaming as their bread earning activity, but it didn't turn out to be for a lot of people. Luckily, you have certain community members who would float you for whatever they can, and then please, I mean, if you're thinking, think thoroughly, and if you want to have a nice Q&A about what should you do next, that too in the next podcast, same time or a little early, and let's do this on the Flypswitch server itself. About time we take your leave. We are about to play some other games, if you will. What games would you like to play, boys? And there is
What
silence.
games
Guys, by
are
the
we
way, the
gonna
weirdest thing happened. I'm not making this up, okay? The top two recommended videos right now by esports talk. First one, Dr. Lupo leaves Twitch for YouTube. Second one, Tatman leaves Twitch for YouTube.
Google is listening,
Google
my
is
son.
listening to us, man.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Bro,
Right.
there's
Please
one thing
stop.
happened to me, I remember. So I was talking to a friend about Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't searched or done anything. Go to MX Player, I see Spider-Man ka advertisement on PS4 wala get this free disc and all that. I was so scared at that point. I was like, okay. I'm like, okay, Google, that's
This
creepy.
this is an interesting one, and
Yep.
yeah, the next podcast topic we already have now, so let's do that.
Wow.
Is Google listening?
It's
This
Google
is-
listening for sure. But adding-
I want to check if I'm getting Google ads on MX Player or something like that now.
Reverse cycle.
I'm,
Right.
I'm paranoid as hell, dude. Trust me when it comes to this.
Right. And also establishing the connection between a day of Twitch, the discussion that we had in the last podcast, and the current status of Twitch. That a lot of people are off Twitch altogether. It's not just one day. So, that way, I think this is why a lot of people concluded, and in fact, we also concluded that a day of Twitch won't work. Hate trades are
Yeah.
not part of the deal. I mean, it's not part of one particular platform, but it's part of every other platform. And that's not. And if people are using hate trades as an alibi to get their contracts, rehashed, I think again, because that's not exactly distraction that Twitch would appreciate as well. Think about it. Build a rapport. And also, if that's not fun for you, if you want to take a day off Twitch, might as well get off Twitch and get on YouTube. Because that might help you. But with this, I believe we'll take a leave. Thanks a lot for joining in. Thanks a lot for joining in. And we're going to end the podcast here. We'll see you in the next one. But the podcast ends where the live stream doesn't. So if you guys are sticking around, if you want to play community games, or would you like to do something else? Yeah, boys, over to you.